Hi everyone, and welcome to another author interview. With me today is Tero Ojanperä, co-founder of Silo AI and the author of the book AI Revolution: Mastering AI for Personal and Organizational Growth. So welcome, Tero.
Thank you.
And so can you share a bit about your background and what inspired you to write AI Revolution?
Yeah, I'm a co-founder of Silo AI, which is a private AI lab, and having seen the evolution and now the revolution of the AI through ChatGPT and generative AI, I thought about that it would be good to a little bit popularize the AI for a wider audience so that people would really understand the basics, even those who are not experts in AI, but get the understanding of the basics, and then also the wide implications that the AI has to society, to professions, and also to our personal lives.
Mm-hmm. And so what differentiates your book from other AI-related books on the market? You mentioned it's more for the people to understand who aren't so into AI, but can you share a bit more about the overview of the book and its key messages?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are many AI books, but they are quite often they dive into some specific, into very technical details. So I tried to keep it in the level that would be understandable to people who are not expert in AI, but at the same time provide a sort of the understanding of the basics of this generative AI technology, because it's hard to actually understand the wide implications if you don't really dig a bit deeper into that technology. So balancing between the sort of the detail, but at the same time keep it in a level that is understandable. The key messages I would raise from the book are that everybody needs to understand AI because it has becoming part of our everyday life, and especially with generative AI, it will impact it even more. Then the second message maybe would be that AI decodes complexity. So you can think about the generative AI as it would be kind of the world's intelligence at your fingertips. So you can use it for your help, and in that sense, it really helps you to understand complex matters, to process them, etc. It will boost your productivity with tools like ChatGPT, Google Bard or Gemini, etc. It will really help you. But then also on the messages related to the society, I think the key point is that it is really transforming the way how we live and work in the future. Whether we are talking about education, whether we are talking about work, it will impact the way how we live our lives, and that's the key point. And lastly, maybe I would like to raise the legal questions which are discussed nowadays almost daily, that there are so many legal issues that need to be solved related to copyright, related to the training data that we use to train these AI models, etc. And I think a kind of new way of dealing with these questions need to be found as we move forward, and that's why it's important to discuss them.
So you've mentioned AI tools like ChatGPT and then some Google Bard, some that fit into the broader context of AI applications. So what are some unique ways that individuals and organizations can use these AI tools to their advantage?
There are so many ways, but just to get started, it's really about you have a problem, you can start to ask from with AI, whether it is using ChatGPT, Cloud, or Copilot, or some other tool. You can just start to sort of to explore the question that, what does the AI know about it earlier, because it has all of this knowledge. You can get different points of view. If you are making a decision, you can ask that what are the maybe risks related to this decision. If you are planning and entertaining a guest, you can ask for a recipe or the program. If you are organizing a big conference, you can ask for help in shaping the program. So there are so many things that you can do with these. The main thing is to get started, that you start to use them every day and learn more how to get best out of them.
Mm-hmm. And so you started to talk about legal and ethical concerns there a moment ago. So what are the main ethical concerns surrounding the use of generative AI models?
One of the most discussed area is the training data. And what does it mean is that what is the data that is used to train these AI models that produce all the content or code or the things that AI produces? And the question is that, is it legal to use, or is it morally right to use internet content that is out there to train these models, and what should be the compensation for the copyright holders? Does one need to ask permission, etc.? What legislation applies? So this is one area that is discussed a lot. There are court cases, there are negotiations ongoing. So I think we need to solve that one. Then the other one is that, of course, the content that AI produces, does it have biases? Is it dominated by a certain culture? Those who train it are spreading their worldview in a way. So it is important to understand also this aspect and sort of to take care that we don't just take the AI outputs as given that they are always right. They are not. They need to be understood, and then those who use AI needs to get educated with these questions.
Mm-hmm. And so how do you think companies should address issues related to copyrights and data protection and AI regulation?
Yeah, there are a couple of points of view. That one is, of course, that if you are using AI, if you are the user of the AI, you need to ensure that you understand that what type of the AI you're using, how it was trained. Are you sure that it is legally covered, that you can use the output freely, etc.? So understanding that side. On the other hand, if you are creating a product or a service based on AI and you are training these models yourself, of course, it is important to ensure that the training data that you use is that you can use it legally, it is non-biased, and of course these models develop all the time, so we are not standing still. They need to be retrained, etc. So also ensuring that there is a development process that looks into these legal and ethical questions as well.
Mm-hmm. And how do you see AI influencing language, culture, and worldviews? What are the potential societal impacts of widespread AI adoption that concern you the most?
If one thinks about that, whatever is the number, 70, 80, 90% of the world's content is produced by AI, or at least it's AI-assisted humans in collaboration with AI, then of course it matters what kind of words does it use, what kind of worldview the AI has in a way. And because it produces a language, and language shapes the culture. So, and there has been studies now that why does AI produce, for example, or overuses certain type of the expressions or words, etc., making the language sort of maybe reshaping the how people actually are using language. And if you don't, as a user, understand that AI is actually when you are writing your blog, as an example, it produces certain type of language. If you don't understand that, then it will of course impact your sort of the worldview, your culture, etc. And these are the questions that we should help our children to understand and young people to understand, because they are the first generation now that are being raised with or they are growing with AI. And in that sense, like there was a earlier generation that was raised with the mobile, then there goes social media, now we are having the AI generation. So it's important to educate about these matters.
Mm-hmm. So speaking about the future, in what ways do you think generative AI will continue to evolve in the coming years, and what new AI applications or tools are you most excited about for the future?
That's an excellent question. I think about it from the point of view that if you imagine yourself now that we are now year 2000, and what was then? There wasn't iPhone, there wasn't Uber, there wasn't Google, there wasn't Facebook, there wasn't anything that we use today and to live our lives. So think about it more like in the next 20 years, we are going to see new services to emerge with AI that it's hard to imagine. But of course, if you think about what can AI do, it can be very personalized. It can provide personalized services at scale. It can remove friction. So we should be looking areas there where we have a high friction to get a service. It could be a personalized therapy, it could be a specialized medicine, etc. So I'm sure that there will be innovations in those areas. If I would know them today, I wouldn't be probably here, but executing a new startup focusing in those sort of the opportunities.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, you have talked about the role of AI in shaping the future of work and society. How do you think should professionals prepare for the evolving job market influenced by AI?
Of course, the best thing you can do today is to start using AI to learn what can it do and what it cannot do, because if you soon notice that it doesn't do all the wonders that you are being told, but of course it also does a lot. And in that way you get the better understanding of AI. Also studying and being curious is very important. And then when we think about organizations, I think it's not enough for individuals to look at this, but organizations should look at how can they reimagine their processes with the help of AI. If you think about, for example, let's take an example of coding. Of course, AI can produce code, but in the end, it's about if I have an idea and I can now translate it in a very fast way using AI into a prototype that I can test in the market, the whole process will simplify. So it's not about just improving the sort of the productivity of coders, but it's about how can I reimagine the way of producing new services into the marketplace.
Mm-hmm. And during writing of your book, has there been any surprising discovery for you while researching and writing this book? Has your own understanding and use of AI changed in any way since you began this project?
Of course, one thing is interesting is the paradox that at the same time we are afraid of that AI will take over the world and basically destroy every profession. And then at the same time when we use it, we wonder how dumb is it that because it cannot answer a simple math question. So there we see that there is this type of the paradox that we are living with. So I'm kind of thinking about very often people think that, hey, I tried AI, it couldn't answer this one, and then they walk away and stop using it. But we are in the verge of the sort of the 20-year innovation cycle, like we were with the mobile, we were with the internet. So that's why I think it's so exciting to live these times.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as a last question, what do you hope your readers will take away from your book, AI Revolution?
Of course, the first thing is that I hope that it will encourage more people to start using AI, test it out, whether you individually or in the organization. It will help managers to sort of drive it in their organization, but also everybody personally. The second point is that it would spark more curiosity, that you will start to explore this matter more. And I also hope that the decision makers, politicians, civil servants would understand that this AI will have a profound impact into our society. So we need to look at our education, our welfare system, etc. in the light of this development, and that will require to dive deeper into the world of AI.
Okay, thank you so much. I will link down below the book, AI Revolution, Mastering AI for Personal and Organizational Growth. And thank you so much, Tero, again for joining me.
Thank you.